The tracking data you relied on for ad targeting is gone. Not going, gone. Safari and Firefox have blocked third-party cookies by default for years. iOS app tracking transparency now blocks 78% of iPhone users from sharing data with advertisers, up from 64% in 2025. And in Q2 2026, Chrome completed its phase-out, affecting 2.8 billion users globally. The result? Remarketing campaigns that used to work are less effective. Lookalike audiences are less precise. Conversion attribution is harder to measure. And CPL is rising 15 to 25% in the transition period as algorithms rebuild on new signals. But here's the number that matters. Businesses that built first-party data strategies before this happened are experiencing 2 times higher conversion rates and 30% lower customer acquisition costs, according to Forrester research. Interflora grew revenue 30%, increased purchase frequency 22%, and cut acquisition costs 32%, by switching to first-party data before it became a necessity. The difference isn't technology. It's whether you built the asset before the infrastructure collapsed, or whether you're scrambling to build it now. This video gives you the system. Let's start with the clearest way to understand what actually changed. Here's the analogy that makes this instantly clear. Third-party data was rented land. You paid for access to someone else's audience, tracked across websites you didn't own, through cookies you didn't set, on infrastructure you didn't control. And like any rented arrangement, when the landlord changed the terms, you had no recourse. Apple changed the terms in 2021. Regulators changed the terms with GDPR. Google changed the terms with the Chrome phase-out. Every time, advertisers who relied on third-party data lost something they couldn't replace. First-party data is land you own, data collected directly from your audience, with their explicit consent, stored in your systems, usable on your terms, portable across platforms. No platform can take it from you. No regulatory change can make it disappear. There are 3 types of data in marketing. First party, your own. Second party, a direct partner's. Third party, purchased or rented from aggregators. The third category is the one collapsing, structurally, legally, and practically. The legal pressure alone tells you this isn't reversible. GDPR fines have reached 5.88 billion euros cumulatively. The French Data Protection Authority levied nearly €500 million in combined fines against major platforms in late 2025. The European Data Protection Board launched coordinated enforcement for 2026 focused specifically on transparent data practices. The old infrastructure is gone. The question is what replaces it, and whether you've built it yet. First-party data sounds technical. The sources are not. Source 1. Your email list. Every person who gave you their email address made an explicit choice to hear from you. That's the highest quality signal in digital marketing. Declared intent, consent given, relationship established. Source 2. Website behavior. Which pages someone visits, how long they spend on each one, what they click, what they search for on your site. This is behavioral intent data. It tells you what people are considering before they tell you themselves. Source 3. CRM data. Purchase history, transaction value, frequency, recency. Who your best customers are, what they bought, and what patterns predict their next purchase. Source 4. Quiz and survey responses. What the person says they want, what problem they're trying to solve, what budget they have. This is declared preference data, the most specific signal you can collect. Source 5. Form submissions. Name, email, company, role, challenge. High intent, by definition, someone who fills out a form is signaling readiness. 92% of marketers say first-party data is their most valuable tool for targeting and segmentation. 87% say it's critical for delivering personalized experiences. The assessment is consistent. The asset is irreplaceable. Most small businesses just haven't built the system to collect it systematically. Step 1. Collection. Building the data asset from zero. The most accessible starting point is a lead magnet paired with an email capture form. You offer something of genuine value, a checklist, a template, a video guide, and the visitor exchanges their email address for it. Done correctly, landing pages built around lead magnets convert at 20 to 40%. That means 1 in 4 visitors becomes a contactable, segmentable first-party data point. Quiz funnels are the most powerful collection tool available to small businesses right now. Instead of asking for an email immediately, you lead with 3 to 5 questions relevant to the visitor's situation. What's your biggest marketing challenge? How large is your team? What's your monthly ad budget? The visitor engages because it's useful to them. You capture their email at the end, and you've already segmented them based on their answers before the first email goes out. Progressive profiling is the principle of collecting data in layers across multiple interactions. First contact, email only. Second contact, company size. Third contact, role and budget. Each piece enriches the profile without overwhelming the visitor at a single moment. 2 technical setups that make everything more effective: Google Enhanced Conversions and Meta's Conversions API. Both allow you to pass hashed first-party data, email addresses, names, back to the platforms to match against their user databases. This replaces the cookie signal with a more durable first-party signal, improving attribution accuracy by 15 to 20%. Set these up before you run any paid campaigns. Step 2. Storage. Your CRM is the center of your first-party data system. Every data collection point, your email forms, your website pixel, your quiz, your purchase records, should flow into one central system. That system is your CRM, not 3 disconnected tools. One place where every contact has a complete profile: how they found you, what they've read, what they've clicked, what they've bought, how engaged they are. For most small businesses, GetResponse handles this at $49 a month. Email capture, automation sequences, CRM records, landing pages, and the ability to upload customer match audiences to Google and Meta, all in one platform. It's the minimum viable first-party data infrastructure for a business under 20 people. For businesses that need a more powerful CRM with full pipeline management, lead scoring, and B2B sales functionality, HubSpot starts at $15 a month and scales with your needs. What to capture in every contact record: email address, name, traffic source, pages visited, email engagement history, purchase history, quiz or form answers, and a tag for which stage of the funnel they're in. You don't need all of this on day one, but you need a system that can hold all of it as you build. One maintenance requirement: first-party data decays too. B2B data decays at 30% per year or more. Audit your list every 6 months. Remove contacts who haven't opened an email in 12 months. Maintain deliverability by keeping your list clean, because a smaller, engaged list consistently outperforms a large, stale one. Step 3. Activation. This is where your data asset turns into revenue. The first activation layer is segmentation. Not one message to everyone, different messages to different segments based on what you know about them. Recent buyers get a different email than cold leads from 90 days ago. High-intent visitors who read your pricing page get a different sequence than someone who only read one blog post. The more specific the segment, the more relevant the message, and relevance drives conversion. Segmented email campaigns generate 760% more revenue than non-segmented campaigns, according to Campaign Monitor. The second activation layer is customer match. Upload your email list to Google and Meta. Their systems match your contacts against their user databases and serve ads specifically to people you already have a relationship with. When W for Woman implemented this, their audience match rate went from 20% to over 80%, with a 30% improvement in ROAS and a four-fold increase in conversion rate. The third activation layer is behavioral triggers. Set up automated emails that fire based on actions. Someone visits your pricing page. They receive an email with a relevant offer within an hour. Someone abandons a cart. A sequence begins automatically. Someone reads 3 blog posts in the same category. A nurture sequence starts for that specific topic. None of this requires your involvement once it's configured. The system runs autonomously, converting high-intent signals into revenue while you focus elsewhere. This is the flywheel. Collect data, store it centrally, segment it, activate it, measure what converts, feed that back into better collection and better targeting. Every cycle makes the next cycle more effective. Let's put real numbers on what this system produces, from verified cases, not projections. Interflora built an integrated first-party data strategy with automated marketing sequences. Result? 30% revenue increase, 22% improvement in purchase frequency, 32% reduction in customer acquisition costs. Source? Avos. W for Woman implemented customer match using their first-party email data. Audience match rate went from 20% to over 80%. ROAS improved 30%. Incremental revenue increased 20%. Conversion rate increased 4 times. Source? Netscale. L'Oreal integrated first-party data with predictive analytics. Result? 2.5 times increase in offline revenue, 2.2 times improvement in ROAS through targeted campaigns. Source? Netscale and Google. Glossier activated first-party email data for personalized campaigns. Result? 17% increase in open rates, 4% click-through rate, 2.5% conversion uplift, 3.2% ROAS. Source? Avos. Forrester's cross-industry benchmark. Businesses using first-party data strategies experience 2 times higher conversion rates and 30% lower customer acquisition costs versus those relying on third-party data. The pattern is consistent across industries, business sizes, and use cases. First-party data, collected, stored, and activated correctly, systematically outperforms third-party alternatives in every measurable dimension. Here's the week-by-week plan to build this. Days 1 and 2. Audit what you already have. How large is your current email list? Do you have a CRM, or are contacts living in a spreadsheet? Is your Meta pixel installed and firing correctly? Have you set up Google Enhanced Conversions? This audit takes 2 hours and tells you exactly where the gaps are. Days 3 and 4. Build the first collection point if you don't have one. Create a lead magnet. The simplest version is a 1-page PDF of your best advice, exported from a Google Doc. Connect an email capture form to your website. Configure a 3-email welcome sequence in GetResponse. By the end of day 4, you have a functioning data collection system. Days 5 through 7. Activate what you already have. Take your existing email list, whatever size it is, and segment it into 3 groups: people who've purchased, people who've engaged with emails in the last 90 days, and people who haven't engaged. Upload all 3 segments to Google and Meta as customer match audiences. This immediately improves your ad targeting quality using data you already own. Month 1. Enrich the system. Add a quiz or progressive form to your highest traffic page. Set up behavioral email triggers for pricing page visits and repeated content engagement. Start tracking which segments convert best. Month 3 target: 1,000 or more complete first-party contact profiles, a running customer match campaign, and a measurable ROAS comparison between your customer match audience and cold traffic. That comparison will show you exactly what the asset is worth. 3 things. These are the ones that change how you operate. Number 1. Third-party data is structurally gone, and this is not reversible. Chrome's Q2 2026 phase-out affects 2.8 billion users. iOS blocks 78% of iPhone tracking. GDPR enforcement is accelerating. The infrastructure that made behavioral retargeting easy no longer exists at the scale or quality it did in 2022. Accepting this is the prerequisite for everything else. Number 2. First-party data compounds in a way that paid audience access never will. Every email subscriber, every behavioral signal, every customer match audience gets more valuable over time as you enrich it. The businesses building this asset now will have a targeting advantage in 2027 and 2028 that latecomers will find very expensive to replicate. Number 3. The system is 3 steps: collect, store, activate. Lead magnet plus email capture. CRM as the central repository. Customer match and behavioral sequences as the activation layer. This is not complex technology. It's a process. The Forrester benchmark for businesses that implement it correctly: 2 times conversions, 30% lower acquisition cost. Your competitors are buying audience access. You're building audience ownership. The difference compounds every month. Here's how to start this week without any technical complexity. First, download the first-party data starter kit in the description. It's a Notion template with 4 components: an audit checklist to assess what you already have, lead magnet ideas organized by niche, a CRM setup guide, and a step-by-step customer match upload walkthrough for both Google and Meta. Work through the audit section today. It takes 30 minutes and will show you exactly where your gaps are. Second, set up your collection system. GetResponse is the platform that handles email capture, CRM, automation sequences, and customer match uploads in one place at $49 a month. 30-day free trial. Enough time to build your entire collection and activation system before you pay anything. Link is in the description. If you're running a B2B business with a longer sales cycle and need full pipeline management alongside your marketing automation, HubSpot starts at $15 a month and integrates with everything. Also in the description. And here's the meta point that matters most. By giving me your email address to receive this starter kit, you've just added yourself to a first-party data system. You'll receive content based on your engagement: what you open, what you click, what you don't. That's the system in action. That's what you're building for your own business. The tracking infrastructure is gone. The ownership infrastructure is available to anyone who builds it. Start this week. This video is for educational purposes only. Results vary based on industry, implementation, list quality, and execution. This is not professional marketing or data privacy advice. Statistics sourced from Forrester, Avowus, Netscale, Campaign Monitor, Adtelligent, and Ethica 2024 to 2026 data.